Today I have an extremely important message meant specifically for you, and I want you to stop and listen with full awareness in your heart. My beloved child, do not treat this moment as a passing coincidence, and do not let busyness, noisy sounds, or hurried streams of thought pull you away from what I am placing before you. There are moments in life that do not come merely to fill time, but to open a door. There are words you hear not only to comfort you for a moment, but to awaken a deep place within you, where faith was once covered by weariness, where hope once fell silent because you feared being disappointed one more time. I am calling you closer, not to make you afraid, but so you may recognize that your future is still in my hands. Your protection is still being guarded by me, and the blessings I have prepared for you have not been lost. I know you have gone through a long season that is not easy to put into words. There were days when you still appeared before others as though you were fine, while inside you carried burdens no one could see. There were nights when you sat alone, letting tears fall in silence, wondering whether your prayers ever reached the high place, whether I truly heard even your faintest sighs. You tried to be strong for so long that you no longer knew how to name your weariness. You told yourself you had to keep going. Yet, within your heart, you longed for a hand to lift you up. A confirmation, a ray of light enough to keep you from giving up. I speak to you with the tenderness of a father. I have seen it all. Not one tear of yours has fallen without being noticed by me. Not one whisper in the darkness has been taken lightly by me. Not one day have you had to pass through without me being near. You once thought those trials were signs that you had been left behind. But I want you to understand more deeply. Not every pressure comes to crush you. There are pressures I allow to become places where endurance, discernment, and trust are formed within you. I do not rejoice when you hurt, but I know how to turn those painful days into the foundation of a new strength. The things that seem to weaken you were also teaching you to discern what is truly worth keeping. Which voices need to be released, which paths no longer belong to you, and which door I am preparing to open. Every difficult season you have passed through is not a sentence, but a layer of preparation. I am shaping within you a heart that knows how to stand firm without becoming hard, to endure without losing kindness, to wait without allowing faith to fall silent. Therefore, do not scroll past this word as though it has nothing to do with your life. I know there were times when you asked for a breakthrough, a change, a way out of the old cycle. You asked me to open a way in places that seemed blocked, to protect you from what you did not have the strength to fight, to lead you into a future no longer pulled backward by fear. And today, I am reminding you that the key you seek is not only found in an outward opportunity, but also in your response. When you choose to listen instead of running away, when you choose to trust instead of closing yourself off, when you choose to stand still in peace instead of letting confusion lead you, you are placing your hand upon the key I have prepared. Breakthrough does not always begin with a loud sound. Sometimes it begins with a very quiet obedience. A small but honest decision that you will no longer live according to dark conclusions about yourself. I am protecting you more than you know. There were dangers you did not see, but I stopped them. There were doors you once grieved over because they closed. But in truth, I closed them to keep you from what would have wounded you more deeply. There were people who left your life and caused you pain, but I knew their presence no longer nourished what was good within you. There were plans that did not come to pass and made you think you had failed. But in my wisdom, they were only turns in the road to keep you from walking away from the path I had for you. You see loss, but I see preservation. You see delay, but I see timing. You see a closed door, but I see another way being opened quietly. Let your heart rest in this truth. I have never left you. Even in the moments when you felt most alone, when you no longer had enough words to pray, I still heard the voice of your heart. When you no longer had enough strength to smile, I still kept you from breaking completely. When you thought you were walking through darkness alone, I walked beside you in every slow step. You do not need to prove your strength before me. I do not love you because you are always steady. I love you even when you tremble, even on the days when you are full of questions, even in the moments when you have to say that you do not know how to keep going. It is precisely in the place where you are weary that I place support. It is precisely where you thought you had run dry that I open a new source. The blessings I have prepared for you do not come to make you proud, but to help you recognize how deep and wide my mercy truly is. I do not only want to give you the things you lack, I want to restore the way you see your future. I want you to stop believing that your life is only a series of days spent holding everything together. I want you to stop living as though joy is always meant for someone else. I want you to know that there is still a new season, still restoration, still timely encounters, right doors, arranged opportunities, and protections you will only understand when you look back. But to step into that season, you must allow me to remove from you the garment of fear. You must stop letting old wounds teach you to doubt every good thing. You must open your heart, not with recklessness, but with humble, awake, and enduring faith. I am leading you into a more spacious place. But first I am making the inside of you more spacious. If you keep holding on to old resentment, blessing will have no room to bloom. If you continue condemning yourself, it will be difficult for you to recognize my voice calling you with love. If you keep seeing yourself through the eyes of those who once wounded you, you will forget that I placed precious worth within you before you even knew how to name yourself. Let me cleanse the dark places in your thoughts. Let me replace confusion with peace, insecurity with recognition, uncertainty with guidance, and weariness with new strength. What I am about to give you requires a heart that can receive without fear, steward without selfishness, and walk forward without forgetting the source of light that led it. So, my beloved child, stop and speak agreement within your heart. No noise is needed. No need to prove anything. Only a sincere Amen as a sign that you are ready to listen, ready to be led, ready to step out of the old season with trust. I am near to you in this moment. I am looking at your future with eyes full of mercy. I am protecting the things you do not yet know how to protect. I am preparing blessings at the right time, in the right way, not only to change your circumstances, but also to brighten your faith again. Do not be afraid. Do not give up. Do not let weariness make you turn away at the threshold of what is new. I am your Father. I have heard, I have seen, I have remembered, and I am leading you into the breakthrough you prayed for in the days when it seemed no one heard. This small step is your agreement with the flow of blessing I am preparing to pour into your life and your family. My beloved child, do not underestimate things that seem very small when they are born from a trusting heart. Yes, a moment when you choose to turn your heart toward me instead of toward fear. A decision to stand on the side of hope instead of surrendering to disappointment. All of these have value before me. You often think you must do something great for heaven to move. But I say to you that some doors are opened through the softness of your heart. When you agree with what I am speaking, when you stop resisting goodness simply because the past once hurt you, when you place your hand in mine, even though you have not yet seen the whole road, a holy transition has already begun within you. In the unseen world, agreement and faith are not vague things, but keys I place in your hand so you can step into my guidance. Faith does not need to be loud in order to be powerful. Faith does not need to be seen by others in order to be recognized by me. Sometimes faith is simply that you still whisper my name on a weary day. Sometimes faith is simply that you do not leave prayer even though the answer has not yet come. Sometimes faith is simply that you wipe your tears, stand up, and say, Father, I still believe you are with me. In those very moments, I begin to shake the ground beneath your feet, not to frighten you, but so the old foundations of anxiety, lack, confusion, and insecurity can no longer hold you as they once did. When your heart truly trusts me, the mountains that once stood before you will no longer seem as frightening as before. Some mountains are called debt. Some mountains are called sickness. Some mountains are called brokenness, loneliness, disappointment, family pressure, or doors that have been closed for so long that you thought they would never open again. But I am the one who is not subdued by the size of the mountain. I do not need circumstances to become easy before I can act. I do not need you to see the way first before I begin leading you. Even in the dry wilderness, I can open a stream of water. Even where there is no sign of life, I can make a new season sprout. Even in the time when you thought everything was only silence, I was quietly preparing an answer strong enough to lift you up. So let your heart become still, because I am preparing to do something new in your life. This new thing does not come merely to move you for a moment, but to restore order in places that have been disturbed for too long. I am touching your finances, not only so you can escape a few immediate pressures, but so you can learn to walk in wisdom, freedom, and peace. I am touching your health, not only in the weariness you can name, but also in the hidden tensions that have followed you through many seasons. I am touching the wounds within you, the things you once hid, the sorrows you did not want to mention again, the times when you had to be strong though you truly needed support. I am touching your relationships, not to return everything to the way it was in haste, but to bring restoration in the right way, at the right time, in the light of truth, forgiveness, and peace. You have witnessed broken connections that caused your heart pain. Some people left without explanation. Some stayed but made you weary. Some words left deep marks. Some silences were heavier than arguments. I know this. I do not force you to deny your pain. nor do I tell you to return to places where there is no longer peace. But I want you to believe that I can restore in a cleaner way than you imagine. Sometimes, I heal a relationship through reconciliation. Sometimes I heal by teaching you to release what is no longer placed within a good purpose. Sometimes I bring new people, people who know how to respect, love, support, and walk with you without causing you to lose your peace. In whatever way I choose, I am still working, so your heart will no longer be imprisoned by what has passed. As for provision, know that I have more paths than you ever imagined. I can move the hearts of people with resources, people you have never met, people you never thought would be connected to your journey, so they may become a stream of timely support. I can open an opportunity through a conversation that seems ordinary. I can bring a referral, a job, a project, an invitation, help, or a door you cannot force open by your own strength. Help is being arranged by me, not according to the rhythm of your panic, but according to my wisdom. When it comes, you will recognize the mark of peace, integrity, and light. You will understand that I did not forget your need, did not ignore your lack, and did not abandon you to manage everything alone in a room full of pressure. Unexpected phone calls, timely messages, opportunities you once thought you had missed, and doors that seem to have slammed shut for years can be opened by my authority. But you must keep your heart awake. Do not let old disappointment make you doubt every good thing. Do not let old lack cause you to quickly grasp what is not pure. Do not let previous rejections make you afraid to enter where I am calling you. When I open a door, you must enter with humility, wisdom, and gratitude. When I send help, you must recognize grace without losing discernment. When I lead you into a season of abundance, you must remember that this abundance is not only for you to hold for yourself, but for your life to become a source of peace, support, and light for those I place around you. You will no longer have to live forever in lack, nor survive day by day as though everything could collapse at any moment. I am leading you out of a survival mindset, out of fear of tomorrow, out of the habit of always preparing for the worst. I want to teach you to live in a new rhythm, where you know how to work diligently, but are not ruled by anxiety, how to plan without losing surrender, how to receive blessing while still keeping your heart pure. The abundance I give is not only found in what you can count, but also in peaceful sleep, a clear mind, a family covered by gentleness, guided decisions, and the ability to smile without being dragged down by fear. Trust me once more, my child. Today's small step may become the milestone that opens a greater season. The agreement within your heart may become the place where faith rises more strongly. What I am doing may begin quietly, but it will not be meaningless. I am gathering your prayers, your tears, your seasons of waiting, and the years when you kept trying though no one saw, to turn them into a new road before you. Keep your heart close to me. Let hope return. Let peace guide each step. I am opening the way, sending help, softening hearts, arranging connections, and leading you into the season of abundance and complete peace I prepared with love that never changes. The only thing I am inviting you to preserve right now is awareness and obedience. Because you are standing before a moment that cannot be crossed through distraction or old habits. Do not let your heart drift after the outside noises. And do not let your mind be pulled back into the months and days that once made you doubt yourself. I do not require you to understand every detail. I do not force you to know every step in advance. Nor do I place upon your shoulders the burden of arranging your entire future by yourself. What I desire from you is a heart that knows how to listen, a spirit that can recognize my gentle call, and a readiness to move when I open the way. There are times in your life when moving slowly, according to your own will, may seem wise, but in truth, it becomes the reason you stand too long before a door I have already opened. Therefore, learn to let go of the old rhythm of human waiting and come into harmony with the holy timing into which I am leading you. My beloved child, awareness is not anxiety, and obedience is not fear. Awareness is when you keep your heart clear enough to recognize that I am moving. Obedience is when you trust me enough to walk, even though you have not yet seen the whole road ahead. I know the past has made you cautious. I know there were times when you hoped and then were disappointed, opened your heart and then were wounded, began something and then had to stop halfway because of things beyond your control. But my child, what happened does not have the right to write the rest of your life. Old failures are not the name of your future. Yesterday's wounds are not the sentence over tomorrow. The people who did not see your worth have no right to decide what I have placed within you. I am the one writing the next chapter. And when I hold the pen, no darkness can force your story to end in sorrow. Let me remove from your mind the cords of doubt that have wrapped around you for too long. There are thoughts that come to you in the form of caution, but within them they carry the breath of fear. They whisper that you should not believe anymore. You should not hope anymore. Should not take another step, because you might be hurt again. But I say to you that not every new thing is like the old. The door before you will not lead you back to the place that once exhausted you. Not every season of waiting ends in disappointment. I am opening before you a path covered by grace. A path that will require faith, but will also give you peace step by step. Do not let the memory of dry seasons cause you to reject the stream that is drawing near. I know you have tried many times to be patient in your own way. You told yourself you had to wait more, endure more, stay silent more, and carry yourself a little longer. Sometimes that patience helped you stand firm, but other times it made you mistakenly believe that waiting meant remaining still in something that no longer belonged to you. I am teaching you another kind of patience, not weary resignation, but rest in my timing. Patience in me does not paralyze you. It makes you clear-sighted. It does not cause you to miss opportunity. It prepares you to enter the right opportunity at the right time. It does not force you to bury your dream. It helps that dream be purified, firmly rooted, and born in a more beautiful season. So do not worry too much about how everything will unfold. I know you often want to see the entire map before you dare to step. You want to know who will come, which door will open, where provision will come from, how the answer will take shape, and in what form the thing you prayed for will appear. I understand this, because your heart has been shaken many times by uncertainty. But if I showed you everything at once, You might become overwhelmed by things beyond your understanding. So, I lead you step by step. I place enough light for the path before you. I give enough wisdom for today's decision. I open one door before showing you the next. You do not need to carry the whole journey in one day. You only need to hold my hand in the present step. The next chapter of your life is not written by the curses of the past, but by my mercy and faithfulness. I will not let the seasons when you cried in silence become meaningless. I will not let your sacrifices disappear into forgetfulness. I will not allow the times when you chose what was right while no one was watching to be treated as having no value. What you sowed in tears will one day be harvested in joy. What you held with perseverance will one day bear fruit in peace. I am taking the broken pieces you once thought could no longer be used and arranging them into a testimony of my restoring power. You will look back and recognize that even the most difficult roads were used by me to bring you closer to maturity, humility, and clarity. Do not fear the change that is coming. Perhaps you have become so used to the old that the new makes you uncertain. Perhaps you have lived under pressure for so long that peace feels unfamiliar. Perhaps you have grown so accustomed to protecting yourself that when I invite you to open your heart, you tremble. But I am not leading you into restoration to overwhelm you. I do not bring joy only to take it from your hands. I do not open doors only to disappoint you one more time. I am leading you into what has foundation, what has order, what is covered by my wisdom. The joy I have prepared for you will not be shallow laughter, hiding pain, but the deep joy of one who knows they have been preserved through the storm. The hope I give will not be a fragile illusion, but a steady lamp lighting the way for you to keep walking. And you will see that victory does not always come with a loud sound at the beginning. Sometimes it begins with a small decision. You will no longer believe the voice of fear. Sometimes it begins with a morning when you wake up and choose prayer instead of despair. Sometimes it begins when you say yes to what I place within your heart, even though no one around you yet understands. Sometimes it begins when you leave behind what is old, forgive what has passed, or dare to believe that you are still worthy of what is good. These small victories, when placed in my hands, to become the road that leads you to a greater breakthrough. Do not underestimate quiet steps, for I often build what is enduring from hidden faithfulness. Walk according to my guidance, one step at a time. When I tell you to be silent in peace, not in fear. When I prompt you to act in wisdom, not in haste. When I close a door, do not keep pounding on it in despair. Trust that I know what is behind it. When I open a door, do not stand outside too long because you think you are unworthy. Enter with gratitude and humility. I will not lead you through confusion. I lead you through peace, through clarity that unfolds little by little, through pure signs, through gentle yet undeniable reminders. My child, let your heart rest in this promise. Your future is not in the hands of fear, is not locked by failure, is not controlled by those who once wounded you, and is not limited by what you see today. I am writing new chapters filled with hope, joy, and victory. Those chapters will not deny what you have been through, but they will prove that pain is not the final period. I will make you strong and still tender, wise and still pure, steady and still loving. Stay awake, Obey, trust, and follow me. You do not need to know how everything will happen. You only need to know that I am going before you. I am with you, and I will bring you to the place of peace I prepared long ago. Your heart is standing before an important crossroads, and I want you to pass through this time with gentle but decisive awareness. My beloved child, there are seasons in life that no longer allow you to keep living, half wanting to hold on and half wanting to let go, half wanting to believe and half returning to fear, half wanting to step into what is new and half clinging to what has exhausted you for too long. I have not called you here so you can keep living in the old room of anxiety, where memories of disappointment, negative patterns of thought, and self-accusing words repeat like echoes in the night. I have called you here so you may realize that the door has opened, the light has shone in, and you no longer need to remain in the limits that once made you think you could not go any further. Now you must choose with your whole heart. Will you continue holding old fears as though they are part of your destiny? Or will you lay them down before me and let me teach you how to live in new freedom? Will you continue listening to the voices that once made you smaller? Or will you allow my word to become the strongest sound within your heart? Will you continue believing that you deserve only the leftover fragments? Or will you stand upright in the truth that you are loved by me, seen by me, guarded by me, and prepared by me for blessing? This is not the time to keep arguing with the past. This is the time to step out of it. Clear out the inner room of your heart. Open the windows that were closed because of disappointment. Let me sweep away the dust of words that once hurt you, thoughts that made you feel not good enough, and memories that made you tremble whenever hope began to sprout. Negative voices have tried to whisper that you are unworthy, that you are too late, that you are not chosen. That blessing is only for others. But I speak to you with the love of a father. Those words do not come from me. I do not call you by shame. I do not define you by the times you stumbled. I do not measure your worth by the seasons when you were weak. You are my beloved child, and that alone is enough for you to stand in grace, enough for you to receive care, enough for you to step into what I am creating. So do not lower yourself at the threshold of blessing. Do not let the familiarity of sorrow make you afraid of peace. Do not let old losses make you doubt new restoration. I am rebuilding within you a different way of seeing, a different rhythm of breathing, a different steadiness. What I am creating is not only a better outward circumstance, but a new foundation within you. So when blessing comes, you will not fear it, doubt it, or break it yourself with old thoughts, but receive it with gratitude and holy maturity. Be assured, for my protection is covering your home. Your household is not bare before violent winds. Your peace is not abandoned for the enemy to disturb, however it wishes. I am raising around you a spiritual shield, stronger than every threat, brighter than every darkness, and mightier than every disruption that has tried to step through the door of your home. The things sent to confuse you will be stopped. The schemes meant to steal your rest will lose their strength. The fears that once lingered around your family will no longer have the right to sit in your home like a master. Because I am the one who watches over, provides for, and covers that place. So rest in this truth, not because everything has been fully explained before your eyes, but because I am holding what you cannot yet control. Not because you know the whole road ahead, but because I am the one who goes before you, prepares the way for you, and holds your hand as you pass through this turning point. Let go of the old, my beloved child. Let your heart open wide to the new reality I am creating. You do not need to enter the next season carrying the baggage of fear. You can enter it lighter, brighter, and steadier. Because I am with you, I am covering you, and I am making your home a place where peace can dwell.